Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone and good day to our lecturer Miss Ifa. My name is Nur Fatimah Sarah binti Zainabidin. And I'll be starting our presentation today. Our topic is cash aid and poverty rate in Malaysia. Our purpose is to analyze the socio-economic distribution between Malaysian households and to compare the poverty rate between different states in Malaysia. Next is our introduction. In Malaysia, the socio-economic distribution is still quite unequal, showing clear gaps between different income groups and regions. Although our country has made great progress over the years, poverty still exists, especially among the poor and marginalized communities. One of the main reasons is unequal access to education, healthcare, and job opportunities. These issues have caused the gap between the rich and the poor to become even wider. This inequality remains a major challenge for Malaysia in achieving fair and inclusive growth because poverty is not just about having low income. It also reflects deeper social problems within our society. That's the brief overview of Malaysia's socio-economic situation. Now I will pass to my partner, Wan Putri Akila, who will explain the background of our topic in more detail. Credibility.
Okay, now I will explain about our credibility. So our data is obtained from the reliable sources such as Department of Statistics Malaysia, which is DOSM, and because our sources provide accurate data about the household income, spending patterns, and poverty rate in Malaysia. And the government aids like Sumbangan Tunai Rahmah (STR) actually have proved that it is important in reducing the financial burden on lower income household. Next, we are moving to the background of the topic. So, poverty is a condition where individuals or families cannot achieve a minimum standard of living because they lack of financial resources to meet basic needs such as food, housing, clean water, and healthcare. And then for government aids is a financial or other benefit provided by governments to support individual, business, and our industry. So, the group of income in Malaysia divide by three types, which is B40, bottom 40%, M40, middle 40%, and T20, which is top 20%. So, for the B40, B40 for B40, they earn up to 5,249 per month for their household. So B40 is represent the lowest income household, which is the main recipients of government cash aids usually. And then next we move to the M40. For M40, they usually earn 5,250 until 11,819 ringgit per month. So basically, M40 enjoy the moderate financial stability, but they still vulnerable to receive the government aids. And the last one is the T20. T20 earns above 1100s and 820 for a per month. So basically T20, as we all know, they have a strong financial security, so they can access to quality service and high better living standards. Next, we move to the central idea.
For central idea, our presentation focuses on examining how government cash aid programs help in reducing poverty in Malaysia. Some of the main programs included STR, Bantuan Rakyat Satu Malaysia, BRIM, BKM. These programs are introduced by the government to support low-income households and ease their financial burden. We also look at how this cash aid influence household spending patterns, for example, how families manage their income and expenses after receiving financial assistance. Through this, we aim to understand whether cash assistance truly improve living standard and helps to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. Next is our graph, description of graph.
Okay, so for the first graph is a bar chart about the household mean income among B40, M40, and T20 in Malaysia. So for the first, as we can see, mean income for B40 is 3,401 ringgit, which is state as the lowest household income, and these households in Malaysia still could not afford to meet the basic needs for food. And then move to the M40. The mean income for M40 is 7,971 ringgit, which is the middle household income. And most of the time, M40 workers no longer qualify for the government subsidies, but they still have the financial problem. So their financial planning even tougher. And the last one, we move to the T20. T20, the mid income for T20 is 19,652 ringgit, which is the highest household income. So as we know, T20 household afford the high quality daily necessity spending and luxury item. So T20 is distinctly advantage economic position compared to the B40 and M40.
Okay, now let's take a look at figure 2, which is our pie chart. Shows poverty rate of the top 5 Malaysian states in Malaysia. Based on the data, Sabah recorded the highest poverty rate, which is 33.5%, followed by Kelantan, which is 21.7%, Kedah and Sarawak both at 15.9%, and Perak at 13%. This shows that poverty is more common in East Malaysia, particularly in Sabah and Sarawak, as in northern peninsular Malaysia such as Kelantan and Kedah. Let's look at each state more closely. In Sabah, limited infrastructure, rural isolation and reliance on agriculture make income generation difficult. Many rural communities also lack access to proper education and healthcare. Kelantan's poverty is linked to weak infrastructure and a lack of long-term economic planning. In Kedah, the high dependence of agriculture and low household income continue to slow industrial growth. For Sarawak, they faces many challenges because many of its areas are rural and geographically difficult to access, leading to inequality in education and healthcare. And lastly, for Perak, they struggle with structural income issues, especially in rural and former industrial areas that rely on low-income sectors. So, as overall, this data shows that regional inequality is still a major factor contributing to poverty in Malaysia.
Next, for the last, we is our conclusion. So poverty in Malaysia remains unevenly distributed, especially in Sabah, Kelantan, and Perak. Then these states face structural and socio-economic challenge that slow poverty reduction. And then government cash aid, higher household spending have helped to reduce the poverty. However, effectiveness depend on tackling deep inequalities in access and opportunity. This highlight the government commitment to inclusive the sustainable economic growth, ensuring the no community is left behind. This is our references.
Okay, so any question from your friends?
I have a question.
Okay, wait. Okay, go on.
What challenge or limitation exists in Malaysia cash aid system?
Okay, thank you for this.
Okay, Fatima, can you like write down the question in the chat box?
Okay.
All right. And then yes, when Putri Akila, if you want to answer the question.
Okay, thank you Fatima for the question. So the question is, what is the challenge or limitation exists in the Malaysian cash aid system? So in our opinion, the challenges that still exist in Malaysian cash aid system, first, maybe some families may not be registered in the system. Second, maybe the aid may not be enough due to the rising living costs in our society, and then delay in distribution of the cash aid. And the last one maybe because people may depend too much on the cash aid instead of a long-term income planning solution for their household.
Any other question?
Should Malaysia replace cash aid with job training or employment-based assistance?
Thank you for the question. Should Malaysia replace cash aid with job training or employment-based assistance? Based on my I think no, because Malaysia should not replace cash aid completely, because cash aid helps families with immediate needs like food and bills. For job training and employment program help people earn long-term income. So I think both of should work together, cash aid and for short-term support. Otherwise, training for long-term stability. So replacing cash aid fully would leave many poor families struggling.
Okay, I have a question. In what way did like you think the poor family is still struggling with the job training or employment based program? Because
you-
it's like an opportunity for them to get out of their comfort zone kan. We know that they have like this B40 and stuff, like even lower than that. And then based on your answer, why would you think that way?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, so you repeat your answer. What is the second answer?
For why Malaysia should replace cash aid?
Yes.
Uh, I don't think Malaysia should replace cash aid, but both of cash aid with training, job training should work together. Because if we remove cash aid instantaneously, that will leave many poor families struggling.
Okay, so since you want to help the poor family, right? So they cannot just rely on the cash aid. I do understand what you try to deliver, but honestly, does it work that way? Because they have like when the government lah, let's say the government provide you the job training kan or the employment based program. There were some of these poor family who are struggling in terms of education and stuff. So honestly, why did you think that this one is like not acceptable?
I think poor families rely on government cash aid because it provides immediate financial help for basic, like if they would want to buy the daily basics such as food, pampers for baby. As for example, recently Malaysia have been giving bantuan Mai Kasih to poor family B40, and I think that is very convenient because they can use it immediate.
And I think on the other hand, I think on the other hand, training or employment programs, why is it poor family should invest to do that, but it will take the longest time to give the result because maybe it's not too accessible for everyone, which is maybe they could have the transport problem or that making it hard to join the program. So I think what we can conclude, maybe cash aid alone is not enough, but it should be combined with the training and skill development to help the household be independent, to make sure they could live the living costs right now.
And I think in Malaysia, this is like a traditional, because every year Malaysia have been giving many cash aid to like poor family and so on. So I hope this don't stop, and I hope this keep on going up till
In the future also.
in the future. That's all.
Okay, all right. So I do understand lah now. Okay, this one is based on your perspective, right? So in order for us to get out of our comfort zone, okay, especially I'm not saying that it's just because I'm comfortable now. I'm saying this to the B40. No, okay, this one is for all of us. Okay, so in order for us to step out of our comfort zone, okay, try our best to like not relying too much on those cash aids. Okay, and then our government has done a lot of things, kan? Even before PMX, Najib, Muhyiddin, and so on, Mahathir. Okay, from the previous minister pun, they have done a lot to us. But still, there's like some areas, some states, kan, yang in your slide that mentioned are still struggling. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so the only things that I can say is when there's a will, there's always a way. Okay, so if you want to change your future, and then try lah your best, try your hardest. Okay, so this one applicable to everyone. Okay, since you are a student, if you are the one yang, anak harapan family kan, okay, try your best to change your family's fate. Alright, okay, thank you, group 1.